Real quick, the only ask I could ever have of you guys is to help spread the word so we can help more women lose body fat, build muscle, reach their goals, and feel insanely confident. And the only way we can do that is if you rate, review, and share this podcast. So the single thing I ask for you to do is if you could leave a review. It will take you 10 seconds, and it will mean the absolute world to me and may change the world of someone else. If you're not doing the things that you want, you're not getting what you want, you have the opportunity to make a choice to invest in somebody that has the expertise, that has knowledge, and that's going to put you in basically the driver's seat, and they're just going to be the passenger. I talked about it on other episodes of the podcast. They're going to guide you in the direction that you need to be going. Hey everyone, really quick before we dive into today's episode, I have an exciting milestone to celebrate with all of you. The Macro Hour podcast has officially reached 500,000 downloads. That's 500,000 downloads in just a year and a half of being born. I could not have done this without you guys. Thank you all so freaking much. And now I want to hear your stories. If you could just take 10 minutes of your time to fill out a testimonial, that testimonial link is in the description below, that would mean the absolute world to me. How has the Macro Hour podcast positively impacted your life? What have you taken away from this show? How have you applied it, and what results have you gotten? Your story could be featured in one of our special celebration episodes to come. So if you could, please head over to the testimonial link. The link is in the show notes below, and share your journey with me. Thank you all so much for being an essential part of this freaking amazing Macro Hour community. You guys all rock. I love you all so much. So let's celebrate this achievement together. Again, that testimonial link is in the show notes below. Thank you all so much. Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Macro Hour, or if this is one of your first episodes, hey guys, welcome to the show. With Nikkiey Stott, co-founder of WarriorBabe, and on this podcast, I like to talk about mindset, methodologies, and tactics that will help you lose body fat, build muscle, be strong, and feel insanely confident. I am your host, Nikkiey Stott, and welcome to today's episode 171, where today I want to talk about a topic that truly can change the trajectory of your fitness journey. I firmly believe in this because for someone like myself who started out my journey in 2015, really doing it the right way, was all because I made this one decision. The years prior to that, I was trying to do it myself. I was trying to go online. I was going online and finding fitness routines, finding new information, finding things to follow that I thought would get me to the ultimate goal that I wanted to get with my body. And none of those things are working. And trust me, like in episode 1 of this podcast, which I dive into the whole background of my story, I tried everything out there. I was like you guys, like I was frustrated, I was confused. More so, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what the right things were to follow, what to eat, how to train, how to work out. I thought cardio was the way that I was going to get my body, and little did I know that strength training had all of the science back behind it of how I was going to get the body. Like I learned all of that when I finally made this one decision that I want to talk about today. And that's why I firmly believe that hiring a coach, finding a coach, investing in a coach in this year, 2024, like I want you guys to make this your best year yet. And now I'm filming this on July 1. So we're halfway through the year. And I want you guys to think about, have you accomplished your goals that you set out for on the first of this new year? I know me back in 2015, this was a year that I tried to do the things that by myself, continuing the things that I was doing the years before until halfway through this year, because I wasn't getting where I wanted to get, until halfway through 2015, because I wasn't getting to where I wanted to get or thought that I would be after so much of the things I was trying. And more importantly, you guys, for me personally, when I made this decision back in 2015 to hire somebody that was a professional, that understood what they were doing, that could give me basically like I'm buying their knowledge, I'm buying their time, I'm buying their expertise. I also decided in that moment that I was going to put myself first. And I think this is the moment that I want you guys to think about. Like, this is, you have the rest of the year. You have half of the year to, if you're not doing the things that you want, you're not getting what you want, you have the opportunity to make a choice to invest in somebody that has the expertise, that has knowledge, and that's going to put you in basically the driver's seat, and they're just going to be the passenger. I've talked about it on other episodes of the podcast. They're going to guide you in the direction that you need to be going. And most importantly, putting yourself first is not just a luxury, but it's a necessity. It's so hands down, so important to, I saw this, it was on Mel Robbins. I don't know if you guys listen to her, follow her. She's amazing in the personal development space. She had this on her story the other day. It was something along the lines like, if you're not putting yourself first, you're showing everybody else that you put yourself second. So just think about that. It was something along those lines. It wasn't that verbatim exactly. She probably made it sound so much better, but you get what I'm saying, right? So what I want to talk about today is a couple of things, like the power of personalized coaching, accountability and motivation, expertise and education, all of these things. I want you guys to just think in the back of your mind, like, hey, am I where I want to be for this first half of the year? And how can I get where I want to be for the second half of the year? And by like Christmas time, the holidays, you are where you want to be, or at least you're on the way with the right plan and the right knowledge and the right guidance to where you want to be. So
what's up, everyone? Today's episode is brought to you by Paleo Valley's beef sticks. If you're looking for a wholesome snack that fits perfectly into your busy lifestyle while helping you stay on track with your fitness and health goals, look no further. Paleo Valley's beef sticks are crafted from 100% grass-fed and finished beef, ensuring you get a clean, high-quality protein snack without any of the nasties. No hormones, no antibiotics, just pure natural goodness. These beef sticks are not only delicious, but also packed with nutrients that support muscle strength and overall vitality, making them the perfect go-to snack, whether you're in between meetings, post-workout, or just need a quick energy boost during the day. They're naturally fermented, which means each stick is rich in probiotics, fantastic for your gut health, and easy on digestion. So important for staying energized and healthy, especially during menopause. Also, these beef sticks are truly delicious. Give your body the snack it deserves. Head over to paleovalley.com/the macro hour and use code the macro hour for 15% off your first order. Enjoy, and let's get back to the show.
Investing in a coach, it might seem like a really, really big decision, especially because there's so much free information out there. There's so many free communities, there's so many free apps, but what I really want to get across to you guys today is the unique benefits of what it's like to work with a coach one-on-one. I've seen this firsthand. We have over 3,000 women inside of our WarriorBabe VIP program where they're working one-on-one with one of our expert coaches. We have now 65 expert coaches on our team. They're hand-selected by me. They go through a very extensive interview and onboarding and auditing process. So that I make sure that they're aligned with our methodologies, with the way that we coach women, and the way that it's not just like another fitness program. It's not just like, here are your macros, here are your workouts. What we really hone in at WarriorBabe is the behavior shifts that have to go with creating, a different lifestyle than what a lot of people lead when they come. And it's not even just a different lifestyle. It's a different thought process. It's different habits, a different mindset. But anyway, I want to explore that with you guys today and what it looks like, so that you guys can see how this is the perfect time for you guys to, and if it's not with WarriorBabe, it could be with a coach that most importantly is with a coach and a program that you align the most with. And I want you guys to prioritize yourself. By the end of this podcast, I want you guys to think like, okay, it's time for me to not put myself second anymore. It's really time for me to put myself first. So let's first dive into the power of personalized coaching. There are so many generic fitness plans out there. And I can speak to this firsthand too, because this is what I first dove into back in 2014, 2013. In the episode 1 of this podcast, I shared I played sports growing up, being very athletic, being a part of teams. And then I lost that routine following high school, and I didn't really go right into college. I kind of took my time before I figured out what I thought I wanted to do at the time, which I went to nursing school and graduate with my BSN. But during that time, like I fell into a loss of what I was so used to because I didn't have the routine anymore. And then come like 4 years after high school, after going through a very, normal 21 party aged years, I wanted to get back to what I knew, what my roots were with sports. And I didn't like where my body was. I wasn't happy no longer at that time. I was figuring things out for myself, really, And there's so many generic fitness plans out there. I remember I was Pinteresting, like what to go work out, Pinteresting back workouts. And I would go to the gym and I'm like, I have no idea how to do these exercises. But unlike those fitness plans, unlike the free things that are out there, unlike the apps that you could follow, a coach tailors a program specifically for you. And this means when I dove into finally hiring a coach in 2015, that coach was taking into account and considering my current fitness levels, my lifestyle, my goals, any limitations that I had. And I thought about it like this, when I was preparing for this podcast to share with you guys, imagine that you're trying to bake a cake and you can find any recipe online. Imagine, or even you're just trying to find some dinner to cook. You can find any recipe online, but what if you have dietary restrictions or you don't have all of the ingredients? A coach is like a master baker who creates a recipe just for you, ensuring that it meets all of your needs and your preferences down to how busy you are, how not busy you are, if you have kids, if you have hormone issues or you have imbalances that need to be redirected, or you have deficiencies that need to be fixed. A coach is a master baker when it comes to the type of recipe you need to achieve the fitness goals that you want to get after, or the aesthetics that you want to get after, or even internally rebalancing things so that you internally, so that you can have the physical results on the external. A good coach will not only create just this type of program for you, like a workout, a nutrition plan that fits your needs, but they're also going to provide you ongoing support, provide you adjustments, because a lot of macro calculators that are out there, or a lot of nutritional plans that you can follow out the gate, you can download a PDF. Those aren't going to tell you, they're probably good for you starting out, but they're not going to tell you how to adjust your nutrition as you go. And I think that's something actually now pinning this in my brain to talk about in another podcast. I don't think a lot of people talk about that. A lot of people just think that it's oh, here's a new program nutritionally that I need to follow. And they do, and they get results, and they wonder why they stop getting results following the same thing. It's because your body adapts. Your body gets used to it. Now you have a new baseline that you have to address. And some things need to change. You need to throw it a wrench. You need to always constantly be changing things up, because your body is always changing. And so that a coach is going to provide you that type of knowledge, and they're going to provide you the motivation, right? When you first start out a fitness journey, you don't necessarily believe in yourself that you can do it. I know I didn't believe in myself that I could do it, mainly because I didn't know what I was doing. So how can you truly believe in yourself when you don't know what you're doing? And I remember when I worked with my coach, he was helping me learn and understand and gain knowledge and gain education, and that motivated me even more. And he was there to support me, and he was there to make adjustments for me along. I specifically hired somebody in the realm of bodybuilding, and I worked with 2 or 3 other coaches since then. But this one I worked with for years to accomplish these goals. I worked with him for, I think, 4 or 5 years, because this was when I was in my bodybuilding era. And this personalized approach ensures that you are on the most effective and efficient plan and path to achieve your goals. They understand what your journey is. They understand that your journey is unique, and they adjust your plan as you progress moving forward, making sure that you're always moving forward. And that's where I think a lot of people get stuck when they try and embark on something. I know this because I did, and I see this for so many women. I mean, we've helped 18,000 women inside of WarriorBabe. We've had endless conversations with women that they don't know what to do, and they try and start something, and sure, it'll make some type of progress, but then they just stall, and then they think it's themselves, or, but it's not. It just you need to make an adjustment. You need to always have somebody that knows this, that has a knowledge and understanding of this, and understands you and your body, and it can adjust your plan as you progress. I'll say this too. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of clients, and the few that I still work with today, every single time we adjust something in terms of like, for those of you guys that, maybe have heard me talk about a cut or a build or a maintenance, every single time we come out of a maintenance and go into a cut, it looks different every single time because that person's body, my client's body, has adjusted to different maintenance baselines in terms of calories that they can consume. And so a cut, and they put on muscle at this point, they've changed their physique at this point, the metabolic processes are working a little bit differently. So when I put them back into a cut, they're not going to be in the same level of cut that they were in last time. They're not going to be at like 1,700 calories. They're probably going to be like 1,900 calories. I don't expect you guys to understand that. That's what a professional is. That's how you get the power of personalized coaching. Okay? So that was the first thing that I want to talk about. The second thing that I want to talk about, and I think this is hands down. Second, I think all of these points are really freaking important and why you should invest and work with somebody that is a coach and knows what they're doing and has knowledge and expertise. But the second one, I think one of the biggest challenges in any fitness journey is just staying motivated and staying accountable for yourself. Really, what I've said all the time to the clients that we've worked with is you guys have the hardest time getting out of your own way. And a coach, what I've talked about in previous podcasts is, we provide an objective perspective on your situation. I don't care, the emotions that you have or the excuses that you have or, I'm just too tired to work out because I'm so busy. I don't care about those. I'm going to look at your situation with an objective perspective, and so are our coaches. And we're going to provide that type of feedback to you, regardless of the emotions that you're feeling. Those emotions are going to get in the way when you're on any type of fitness journey. And we know that, we understand that, and we want you to be your best self. And those emotions will get in the way of becoming your best self, or those excuses will get in the way of becoming your best self. So what we do best is providing an objective perspective and giving you that extra push where you need it, calling you out where you need it, getting yourself out of your way where you need it. And then you have that, you're really only checking in with yourself when you're doing it yourself. And so to stay motivated in that way, stay accountable in that way is really easy to slip up. And when you have that person that you're working with, like a coach, that you have to check in with on a weekly basis, I've seen this personally with working with so many women that they're like, I know I have to show up for you at the end of the week, so I'm going to stick to it with my plan because come Friday, I have a 8 a.m. check-in that I have to do where I have to give you pictures and I have to fill out an adjustment form that talks about my entire week, and I have to be honest because if I'm not honest, I'm not being honest. You're not being honest with yourself, right? And it's a two-way street. Honesty is one of the most important values when it comes to working with a coach. And what a coach will do for you, because this is one of the biggest things, another big thing. When I say all the biggest things, because I think these are all really respectfully important in many different ways. But a coach is going to give you encouragement when things get tough. And things are going to get tough, especially if you're somebody trying to do a plan yourself and 3 months in, the plan isn't working anymore. And you're going to get tough on yourself and mad at yourself and you're not going to be encouraged anymore to keep going. And this is where you have a coach giving you the encouragement that you need when things get that tough. When you rely on these free resources or these free apps or these free communities, or you're relying on yourself, it is so easy to fall off the wagon. You miss a workout, then another, and soon you're back to square one. And then even if you do the plan, like I'm saying in terms of reference of examples for 3 months and it's working and all of a sudden stops working, you're going to go back to square one because it's not working. A coach won't let that happen. They're there to hold you accountable. They're there to encourage you to stick to your plan, to stay on track. They're there to give you tough love. They're there to call you out. They're there to get you out of your own way, right? Imagine having someone in your corner who is as invested in your success as you are. I have said this over and over and over and over and over again. For those of you that hire coaches, our job is to not make you fat. Our job is to be your biggest cheerleader, to be your biggest motivator, and to be as, if not more, invested in your success of winning and getting the results that you want, because it's on us as a coach to, if we don't deliver, it makes us feel trust. This is something that coaches don't talk about. We get imposter syndrome thinking that we're not doing the best that we can do for you. At the end of and then it's also, like I said, it's a two-way street. Like if you're not being honest and you're not putting in the work, then think about how that can dampen a coach's spirit, where they think it's on them when it's really you just not showing up and being honest about it. So those are just a few things to consider too. If you're already working with a coach, think of it like that. I can't tell you how many times I've heard our coaches talk about you guys, some people not showing up and not doing their part of the bargain. And like we're so invested in your success that when you don't show up and do the bargain, we think that we're doing something wrong. So I think it's just like a relationship, you guys. Like it is just like a relationship. Ladies, are you feeling frustrated with body changes you're experiencing during menopause? It's time to take control. If you're between 45 and 65 years old and tired of struggling with body fat and muscle loss, WarriorBabe is here for you. At WarriorBabe, we've helped over 18,000 women just like you lose body fat, build toned muscle, and understand their bodies better with personalized plans based on hormone and thyroid testing and more. Imagine knowing exactly what your body needs to see real results and results that last. Look, don't wait anymore. Take charge of your health and join our community of strong, empowered women. Visit WarriorBabe.com/apply today to start your transformation. That's WarriorBabe.com/apply. All right, let's get back to the show. But again, like a coach is, we'll do our damn best. Like we're so invested in your success. Like knowing that someone is tracking your progress and rooting for you can make a world of a difference. It's much harder to skip a workout or to deviate from your nutrition plan. It should be that much harder when you're working with someone, when you know that you have someone to report back to and someone who's invested in you just as much as you should be invested in yourself. You invest in programs. So if you guys are investing in the WarriorBabe VIP, you're investing in the WarriorBabe VIP. And we're just as invested in your success and rooting you on and celebrating with you and wanting you to accomplish your wins as much as you should be invested. Like this is why I don't believe in anything free, because those of people, like I do put out free stuff on social media. We have a free community, but free is only going to get you, there's a type of result that will come with that. Like people aren't necessarily invested when it's free. Like they haven't put their hard-earned money into something. That's why I people need to pay for a program, because if you pay for a program, you're going to get what you put into it, and you're going to show up if you're investing money into something that it's like betting on yourself at that point, right? So again, like I just want to hammer that home. We are just as invested, if not more, in wanting you guys to win. And that's what a coach is going to do a really, really good job at, is keeping you motivated, keeping you accountable, pushing you out of your own way, getting you out of your own head, providing you an objective perspective on the situation, and making sure that you do win. And then what we're going to do damn well is celebrate those wins with you and help you navigate anything that's tough or setbacks, but always, no matter what, keep you motivated and keep you focused. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about, and then I want to wrap it up, is expertise and education. Coaches bring a wealth of experience, a wealth of expertise. The coaches at WarriorBabe nowadays, ever since like 2 years ago, we started hiring anybody that only has like upwards of 7 years experience and has multiple certifications in different things, like vast skill sets. Because we know that the women coming into our program are sick and tired of working with either, newer coaches, and there's nothing to them. People just need to start their own journeys. Like the coaches need to start their own new journeys. But we're at the level where people are coming to us wanting results and to get results. And so coaches bring that, and they have a wealth of expertise. They have a wealth of education on the table. I like to say the WarriorBabe coaches that are backed behind us and me are better coaches than I am and are more knowledgeable than I am, as they should be. At WarriorBabe, we pride ourselves on using like scientific methodologies and long-term approaches. And this means you're not just getting a quick fix. You're getting a sustainable plan that is backed by research. And that's many of our coaches, I love it. They will spit out research papers when people are like, well, I don't want to eat more food because it makes me fat. Well, here's a research paper that, shows that building more muscle and having your metabolic adaptation to you eating more and building more muscle serves a purpose to you eating more food. Or, I'm just spitting off of my tongue. Or why strength training is so freaking important over Pilates or boot camps or F45, or scientific research on Ozempic. And they're all staying up to date on the most important trends. And look, the internet out there, we all know, especially like I shared at the beginning of this podcast and I've shared in many episodes before, is full of conflicting advice. One article says this, one person says this, people say carnivore diet through and through, Liver King, eating all these ridiculous things. People say no carbs make you fat. There's so many different things out there, right? One person says one thing, another person says the opposite. And then even if this is crazy, I'm not going to put them on blast, but the person that's been advocating a certain diet for so long is now saying that diet actually isn't good for the human body and cellular processes and X, Y, and Z. There's let me just be real, raw, and blunt with you guys. It's literally as basic can be. Eat the right things, move your body, strength train, and you will get the results. The biggest thing that people have a hardest problem fixing is habits and behavioral approaches and behavioral changes and turning it into a lifestyle and not just these quick fixes out there. Anyway, I got a little sidetracked. People have a different opinion to everything, but really, you're hearing me now, it's literally just eating it right. Basic of basic, right? But with everybody saying everything and their mother saying different things, it can lead to so much confusion. It can lead to so much overwhelm. It can lead to so much frustration, and it can make it hard to know exactly what is effective to follow. This is where a really, really good freaking coach eliminates this confusion, just like I did. It is literally, I'm just telling you straight up, it's just basic. There's no, you need to cut this, you need to do this, you need to only eat this. That's what a really good coach is going to do for you. Eliminate any type of confusion, eliminate any type of concern that you have, and they're going to have the knowledge and the experience to know what works and what doesn't. If you need, because if you have hormonal deficiencies, you need to go on a intermittent fasting or low carb type of scenario, we're going to know that. But if you are just a normal human being with normal processes that are working efficiently, you don't need to do that. If you're trying to build muscle, there's certain different plans and protocols to follow, right? So it's we know, we have the knowledge and expertise to know what works and what doesn't work. A coach is going to help you, most importantly, understand the why behind the actions that you're taking. And this is what I love so much working with my coach is I learned the why behind a lot of things. I learned the why behind any type of certification was going to give me. I learned the why working on myself and then working with other individuals. I learned that far more than any type of certification is going to give me. But this education is you learning the why and understanding the why is so crucial for your long-term success because it empowers you to make informed decisions about your health, your fitness, your goals, even when you're not working directly with a coach. That's what makes a powerful, really, really good freaking coach. When they can tell you the why behind things, then you absorb that education and then you feel empowered to make decisions because you've learned the ins and outs about your own personal health, even when you're not directly working with them with years following. I think that's what my coach did really freaking well. I learned so much. I felt empowered that I can make decisions and continue to learn about the human body and get even more people results. You'll learn the principles of effective training, of effective nutrition, if you have a really good coach, giving you the tools to maintain your progress and continue improving on your own. This is what we love at WarriorBabe. We've had WarriorBabe stay with us for 3-4 years. And then once they graduate with working with one of our tenured coaches, they feel this. They feel empowered to make informed decisions. They feel empowered to move on because they have the tools to maintain their progress and they trust in themselves to maintain it without a coach. When we hear those exit surveys, we know that we've won at WarriorBabe. It's incredible to feel that. So a few things why I think it's so important to invest for yourself moving forward. If you're not where you want to be, just think about it. Now it's this is the perfect time for you to invest in a coach and put yourself first. We're halfway through the new year, which makes it an ideal time, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, to reflect on your progress, where you are, where you're not where you are, where you want to be, and where you're not where you are right now, where you want to be, right? Are you where you want to be? Have you accomplished what you set out to achieve at the beginning of the year? Are you still spinning your wheels, unsure of what to do, how to do it, or lacking the motivation to start? If you find yourself stuck or you're not as far along as you hoped you would be, like I was back in 2015, where I was halfway through the year, it was like April or May, and I was like, I can't keep doing this. I'm going to get to the end of the year not being where I want to be. Like I need someone, I need the guidance, I need the help, I need the clarity, I need the direction, I need the support to turn things around. And that's what investing in a coach is going to do for you. A coach is going to help you reassess your goals, understand where you are at, meet you where you're at, create a clear plan of action, and keep you accountable as you progress moving forward. So think about that for a second. It's never too late to make a change. And having a coach by your side can make all the difference in achieving your goals by the end of this year. So think about that. And if you're ready to start and you're like, Nikki, you're nailing it on the head, WarriorBabe.com/VIP. You can even read all of our bios of our coaches. You can even request, if they have open spots on their roster, some of our tenured are maxed out, but you can even request one of our coaches that you want to work with because you read their bio and you like what they have and they're aligned with you. So just dropping that there. But anyway, that's why I think it's really important. 2024 is your year. Make it your year. You have the ability to do that. You have the choice to do that. You have the decision to do that. You are in control, baby. All right. So I hope that helped. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Hey guys, real quick. If you're interested in taking your body to the next level, lose body fat, build more muscle, feel more confident, do it alongside one of our 30+ professional coaches. Work one-on-one with her to eliminate all of the guesswork that you may have, and all you need to do is just do the work that she tells you to do to get to those goals of yours. Now, to learn more, click the link below this podcast and apply to our VIP program right now.